Okay, what's going on, guys? How are you guys doing tonight? Welcome to the AM diversity panel topic. I'm your host, Tigerfist Cosplays. Welcome in, and as you can see, I'm rocking the Yellow Ranger. I know some of y'all gonna say the Yellow Ranger is it was a girl in the show. Yes, technically, you're right. It was portrayed by Twee Trang and many others to follow. Yeah. Just realized. I'm rocking the Yellow Ranger. I know what some of y'all gonna say. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sorry about that, guys. It's my first time doing this, so bear with me. And also because I'm in a spandex suit too, because spandex is not comfortable. I will give you that. So let's get started. Yeah. So cosplay diversity, right? So diversity, there's a lot of different spectrums to go into diversity, right? But for cosplays, I feel like personally for me, as a cosplayer, I feel like it's not talked about enough, right? So it can range from a whole different different areas of topics, from gender equality, from cosplaying someone that's a different race, the size of your body, gender bending cosplaying. So again, there's a whole lot of different spectrums that goes into what entitles or what encompasses diversity in cosplay. As you see here, I have a whole wide range of a lot of my personal friends, so to speak, in terms of cosplaying. They all range from different ethnicities, different backgrounds, different body sizes, and they're all just lovely and beautiful, which I will mention them towards the end of the panel. So let's get started, yeah? So the current stigma in reality is, I'm not sure if you guys see this a lot in the cosplay community, but oftentimes, I would see something like this, right? So I saw this recently posted on the AM official group back in September. It was posted by Jasmine Young, and she said, and she said in this comment, and this is why I'd be too scared to cosplay. And unfortunately, this was from a different page altogether, and the comment reads, you can probably read it here, but it basically reads, "Sorry, sweetie, but whites are the only race that is allowed to cosplay, and some mixed Asian, and some mixed Asian, but not all. But not all. Anime characters are drawn as white people with light skin and big blue eyes and colored hair, but not gross black hair and dumpy brown eyes. If we want to stay true to the creators, creators' wishes, then sorry, but no black cosplayers. Thanks." Just comments like these guys, it's just it saddens me, honestly. It's one of the saddest realities we see in the cosplay community, although it might not be public, so to speak, in terms of being very confrontational, because now these days it's the cyber age. People can do whatever they want. They just sit behind the computer screen and they just go at it with these comments on social media, which is why, yes, you try to stay off of it, but at the same time, on the other hand, you want to stay as informed as possible. So, and by the way, to Jasmine Young, if you happen to be on this chat, I'm with you on this. You don't have to be scared. You don't have to be scared to get into cosplay. As you can see, for me, I'm cosplaying somebody that in the series in Power Rangers, the Yellow Ranger is always meant to be the female. It's always meant to be the male. But in reality, there's been plenty of male Yellow Power Rangers as well. In the Japanese version, actually for Super Sentai, the original Yellow Ranger was actually a dude. So which is hence why he did not, in the American adaptation, he had the full on suit, or the character had the full on suit and did not have the skirt, just like the Pink Ranger. So there you go. So you don't have to be scared. You don't have to be afraid. And I will get into various reasons as to why you don't have to be afraid. So, common things we hear. And I just use this image just because Baku, I don't even have to say his name. If y'all know who he is, then, he's that super overconfident character. He's sometimes can be a little cocky sometimes, but we all know he has those insecurities inside because he just wants to be All Might. We all know it from the inside if we've read the manga or if we've seen the series. So common things that we hear, and I use Bakugo as a good example just because it's Bakugo, right? You're too dark for this character. Boys shouldn't cosplay as girl characters. Same goes for the ladies. You're too big / skinny. You need to have the right body proportions for the characters, right? Those are common things we see in the comments, and sometimes if trolls are daring enough, so to speak, they go up to you, they will give you a compliment, but then will kind of give you a backhanded compliment saying, oh, but I think if you're a little bit smaller, or I think if you're this proportionate size, or I think if you're this skin tone, then you pull off the character perfectly, right? So you hear these things a lot, especially in the online presence, constantly on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, in the comments, and it's just really sad. I've had many friends who have unfortunately had to take a break from social media and or cosplaying because they couldn't handle like just all the negativity comments, and they needed to take a break. So what can you do, right? Speak up, stand up, support one another, and love one another. That's what the cosplaying community is and should be about. It should be about coming together and encouraging each other, empowering each other. Like if you see someone that's struggling, then what do? You walk by, or you go to them, you help them up, and you lead them along the way with you. That's what you do. You empower those. For me, getting into cosplaying, I had no idea what I was doing, honestly, right? So, a little personal story on my end. Before this character came into existence, and if y'all see me around AM, it is my own original character, Captain Vietnam. Obviously, an original rendition of the famed classic Captain America in Marvel Comics. I did this just because I liked the idea and the embodiment of the character of Captain America, along with, and along with his values and what he stood for. I wanted to take my own identity because, I mean, heck, if you don't know this, for all my Vietnamese followers and fans, y'all know what this flag is. So I am Vietnamese. Just get that out right now, because I will get comments to where like, oh, he doesn't look Vietnamese, he looks Chinese or Filipino. I will get those comments. I don't know. It's somewhat. So, but again, let's see here. Okay, good. But again, that's what I did, right? I took a character that already existed and just basically put my own identity, put my own spin on the character, and that's why I was eventually confident enough to unveil it at AM. I believe last year. For those who met me as this character, that was me, and this is me now. I'm in a bright yellow spandex suit. So again, that's what you do, guys. You speak up, you stand up, and you support one another, right? Now, finding your squad. My most favorite part of the slide, if anything, as y'all can see here, you have the Power Rangers. I know this is me, right? I'm just if you like, I want to put the helmet on, but it's hot under here, and also these lights. So got a good representation, of a Yellow Ranger. Finding your squad. I like these 3 examples right here, off to the side. Perfect examples: the Power Rangers, the Avengers, and the Justice League. Yes, they are a team, but also they're a squad as well. They're a squad that has common interests. They have common goals. They have, a sense of duties and responsibilities to not only one another, but also to the greater public good as well. In this, I know I sound like some spokesperson for like superhero teams, but the ideals of that, because of their superhero teams, that's why people look up to them. That's why whether it's fans or followers or whoever, they look up to these fictional characters. It's because they embody the qualities of what it means to be a good person, what it means to help people out and help those out in need, and what it means to just help one another out. Yeah, I say that a lot. This image here in the middle, getting into cosplaying back in 2012, that was my official start. I did not have a squad. It was just me by myself, and if I got lucky, I was able to go with family. And luckily enough, because I got into cosplaying, I started meeting more people who also had the same interests as me in going to conventions, in cosplaying, in meeting up and doing a cosplay day where they teach me about fabric making, armor making, prop making. I never knew there was so much about cosplays until I got into this world. So because these wonderful people that I met along the journey, I actually went to one of the weddings. Yes. The 2 couples down here, my good buddies Tiffany and Jonathan, if you're watching, Hello. Yes, I've used this image because that's all I got from the wedding. I yeah, I ended up going to their wedding out of the country, and ever since then, like we've had the same strong bond ever since. And being in the group chat and everything, we literally talk about like just anything cosplay related, anything like in the fandom related things, or just just talk in general. And for me personally, I have also gone through my dark days. I've also gone through my dark times, and there are times when I felt like I just wanted it just to hang up cosplay at one point. Yes, I will get to that in a moment. But there was a moment where I just thought, you know what, I'm done. Like I just want to hang it up. I don't want to cosplay anymore. Just it's done. Right. I had that moment of helplessness, but because I had my squad behind my back, they were able to pull me out of that. They were able to encourage me to get back into it. And say it's okay to take a break every once in a while. It's okay to take some time off, recuperate, work on yourself, and then slowly build yourself back up to, start pumping out more cosplay content. And I've never looked back ever since I have my own squad. And now I have, it's not just them. I've got multiple squads. I've got I got my cosplay squad. Again, in the spandex, I've got my Ranger squad. I've got my, DC squad. I've got my Marvel squad. I have multiple squads. So going to conventions, cosplaying, and meeting people that have the same similarities in interest that you have, it can get a little bit more easier. Yes, for those of you guys who are more on the introverted side, they're not as more open to step out. You're not as more open to go out to the conventions or just interact with people. It's okay. Just slowly take your time. Take it one step. Take it one step at a time. And when you see that you meet people with similar interests, those interests now grows into other interests that might not even be cosplay related, or that might not even be anything pop culture geek related things. Like you might find out you live in the same neighborhood. You might find out, oh, you went to the same high school back then. You might find out you had the same that one weird neighbor that had that loud dog or whoever. Just common things like that all branches off from the common interest of your love for the fandom, your love for the cosplaying, and you're able to find other things along the way. Now, for my first time cosplayers, and this is where I will start to get more in depth with things. So be prepared for this. First time cosplaying, you don't know what to do. You want to cosplay a certain character. Where do you start? There's so much to do. It seems overwhelming at some points. Yeah. So first things first, do a lot of research. And when I mean research, I mean so take a little bit aspects of what you learned in school when you did that one research project. Do that, take that concept and apply it to finding the character you want to cosplay as. So for example, right? So my Captain Vietnam cosplay, for instance, right? I know, I apologize, my head is severed in this, but what I did was I looked into the various Captain America suits, and I love all of them. Personally, for me, I loved all of the Captain America suits in all his movies. The first Avenger, Winter Soldier, Civil War, Endgame, Infinity Wars. There were so many of his suits I loved, but the one outfit that a lot of people tend to overlook with Captain America, but that really stuck with me the most, was his World War II outfit. Whenever in the first Avenger, before he donned the whole stars and stripes, the blue helmet cap. Before he donned all that, he had the World War II helmet with the big old A in the middle, and he had the leather jacket, the leather boots, pretty much like the World War II aesthetic look. And for me, that's what stuck with me. And because of that, I slowly built upon that, and I just started building up on my original character as Captain Vietnam. And again, I promise you guys, the shot does look nicer in terms of the actual photo. It's just, the TV and also PowerPoint tends to over exposes things, right? So again, research. So the one research project the one thing you hated about school the most was research project, because it was so boring. You had to work with like, you know, unreliable people in your group. Take that research aspect and now apply to this. Just Google search. That's all you need to do. Just Google image, Google search, look up like different, maybe even cosplayers who have already done said cosplay, and maybe you want to, you know, start looking into that character. Most characters, from my understanding, is the current trend from what I know is My Hero, My Hero, Demon Slayer. Let's see what else. Oh, Haikyuu. I know for all the for all the female fans out there, they're pretty much fangirling over the entire like volleyball team from my knowledge. So, you know, it's things like that. A lot of research. Now, next, what's next? You've done the research. You've done the research. You've gotten all your characters all lined up, ready to go. What's next? The materials. This is where the tricky part really kicks in. Don't make the mistake I made when I first started cosplaying. I went out to common stores, especially here in Houston, Joann's Fabrics, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and I went in there and I spent so much money without using coupons. And I know what you're thinking. You don't want to seem like a cheapskate. You don't want to seem like, you don't want to seem like you're trying to save as much money as possible for materials, right? But trust me, guys. The first time I went out cosplay shopping for fabrics, fabrics, EVA part foams, hot glue guns, what is it called? Tools, screws, like the works. The first time I did all that, I spent well over, $500 on cosplay materials alone. Yes, I did that. That was my mistake. Coupons is your best friend. Trust me. You go out to Joann's, the first thing that pops up whenever you sign into their website is they'll have a whole list of coupons, and it is a lifesaver. Because of that, I was able to cut down most of my shopping, or most of my cosplay shopping down to almost like half, 80% off of my fabric. So I would buy 500 or maybe even more dollars worth of cosplay materials, and I ended up only getting it for about roughly $100 or maybe even $200 at most. So it's a good deal. So trust me, guys, coupons is your best friend when you go cosplay shopping. What else can you do? Go with your friends. Go with friends who have already experienced cosplaying, have already done it before. They know the ropes. Use them as your guide. I know I've done that before as well. I've asked plenty of my friends for advice in terms of the types of materials to get, the types of cuts I should do with the fabrics, and everything in between. I've done that, and it works. So, and trust me, So from all these images you see here, this is all progression work, right? These are all ranges from cosplay closet, so clothes in my closet that I don't use anymore, and they just throw it on. Okay, cool, I'm a character. To commission work, to things that you buy online, and everything in between. And let's be honest, there's nothing wrong with a closet cosplay. There's nothing wrong with buying your cosplay. You shouldn't be ashamed of that. Sometimes if materials is just not your forte, or if you're just not in like the creative, you feel like you may not be creative enough to make your cosplays, start things out small. Like buy the outfits itself first, and then slowly you can start to understand how to craft your cosplays from there. So that's pretty much it for the panel in terms of that sense. So now we're gonna open up to Q&A. Q&A session. So let's see here. Okay, there's a lot of them, so bear with me, guys. Okay, so let's see. Okay. There's a lot of hellos. Yellow. Okay. I think I might have answered this one earlier, but the Yellow Ranger. This was from Glitchy Blasphemer. The Yellow Ranger was only female. In the U.S. version. Correct. As I mentioned before, there have been male Yellow Rangers as well. Mystic Force, Yellow Ranger was a male. Ninja Storm, Yellow Ranger was also a male. Let's see here. Yeah, from my understanding, those are the male characters. Oh, in Alien Rangers, Yellow Ranger was also male. So there are guys that look good in yellow. So yellow is a unisex color. There's nothing wrong with guys wearing yellow. So, okay. Yes. Okay, cool. Okay. Let's see. Okay, also from Glitchy Blasphemer. Are you cosplaying for your own enjoyment or for some of recognition from others? Yes, I actually probably should have mentioned this earlier. So, for me personally, I'm doing it for my enjoyment. I'm not doing it as a way to get famous, get cos famous, get to be like that one cosplayer who flies out to all the conventions and stuff and whatnot. And no disrespect to the professional cosplayers out there, Stella Chu, Vampy Bit Me, Vampy, Yaya Han, Leon Chiro. No disrespect to the professional cosplayers. You know, they got to their level of famous their own way, so no disrespect to that. But for me, if I just so happen to get cos famous one day, you know, my personal goals is to probably be a guest judge at a convention, come out as a guest cosplayer, things of that nature. Yeah, so I'm doing this for fun, and I try to collaborate with a lot of people as much as possible. That's my big thing. Is collaboration. I really like to collaborate with other cosplayers, other photographers, and just get the work out. Just get the content out and try to build up on my page as much as possible. So great question. Okay. Okay, so I guess this is from the Anime Matsuri staff themselves. Have I found my squad? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I really like this question from Trinity Reloads. I cosplay when I can because I love the characters. Yes, you should. That's the reason why you should cosplay in the first place, because you love the characters. You love the embodiment of what they stand for, of their personalities, their quirks, their flaws. That's why you cosplay said characters. So that's probably one of my favorite ones so far. Yeah. Okay. A lot of interesting ones on here too. A lot of interesting ones on here so far. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So this is from Sarah. The discussion is meant to be an open and safe space for others who may be hesitant about cosplaying to join the community. Yes, as I mentioned before, it's meant to be a very safe space, and it should be open and welcoming to the entire community. Okay. Okay. This is a very interesting one. Also from Glitchy Blasphemer. Man, you're just really flooding in the comments today. Safe spaces are a crap concept. No good thing has ever been born from a safe space. Be bold and enjoy your hobbies. So my response to that would be like the term safe space. You know, I can't speak from personal experience. What's it called? I can't speak from personal experience knowing the knowledge of the term of safe space. But from my understanding, safe space, to my knowledge, is just an environment to where you feel that you feel part of a community. You don't feel harassed. You don't feel that terms of like, you don't feel the sense of sense of hesitation, some anxiety. Like you feel welcomed. You feel welcome in a community to where, again, everybody's got the same interests as you, and they're all looking out, and we're all just looking out for one another. So again, I will disagree on the terminology that it is a crap concept, but the second tag was no good thing has ever been born from a safe space. There's actually been plenty. If you've looked up some of the legislation laws that have been passed for a lot of safe space areas in terms of like the gender community, there's been lots of legislation laws. So yeah, there's been definitely a good amount of progression there. So I might have jumped down a bit. Again, Glitchy Blasphemer, you're just really lighting up the comments. Let's not promote people to be more sheltered. And I wasn't trying now. And if it didn't seem like I was, I do apologize. But what I am trying to promote, again, the term diversity, right? The term diversity in terms of cosplaying being safe, in terms of anybody should be able to cosplay any character they want, regardless of their race, their gender orientation, their sexual gender orientation, their body size, their skin tone, their heritage. Like, I highly encourage and I highly implore everybody to get into it. Even if you may take things slower than others, everybody's going at their own pace. I know I went at my own pace because I didn't put this photo up here, but my first cosplay ever, just going to Anime Matsuri back in 2012 in the Woodlands at the Marriott, was I cosplayed as a very out of the closet, very last minute. Also, keep in mind with first time cosplayers, do not do your cosplays last minute, especially the day of the con. That is the biggest mistake you can make. I did a very obscured version of Echizen Ryoma from Prince of Tennis. Basically, I took a white polo shirt and I took a bunch of markers that I had lying around and just start going at it with like trying to make the school uniform when I should have just easily bought one on eBay. But again, in 2012, I was only in high school. I didn't have money to spend. So I had the resource, whatever resources I had at my disposal, I went at that, and I wore, and conveniently enough, I was on the tennis team in my high school, so I brought around my tennis racket. I had a University of Houston cap that wasn't even like the official like Fila like brand cap. That's what was my first cosplay. So, yeah. So again, to Glitchy Blasphemer, that's not me being sheltered at all, my friend. Let's see. Show up at AM and show your fandom. Everyone will love it. Okay, well, now we're going with a more positive spin. Yep. Let's see. Okay. Man, I think it's just him at this point. Cool.
Scroll down. Yeah, scroll down.
Okay, scroll down. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if we can get someone else. Okay. Oh, my friend Million was on here. Awesome. Yeah, he's promoting diversity and acceptance with the cosplay community and highlighting some of the struggles fellow members of this community go through. Yes, thank you so much, Millie. I love your comments, and also congratulations on your recent wedding, marriage to the love of your life, Brooks. I love your wedding photos. So on that, let's see. So that was my good friend Millie. I met in college. Yeah, Timeless Echo. Is it okay to feel nervous? Is it okay to feel nervous for time cosplayers? First time cosplayers. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Again, I had no idea what I was doing as my first cosplay as Echizen Ryoma from Prince of Tennis. People walk by me, and if they happen to saw my horrible handwriting that I made of my impromptu school uniform, then they recognize me as Prince of Tennis. Cool, but it's okay to feel nervous for first time cosplaying, first time going out to a convention. What I would encourage, and this is just advice. You don't have to follow the advice. You don't have to keep. You don't have to. You don't have to take this, but this is just from personal experience. If you do feel nervous, again, go with people who. Go with a group of people. It doesn't even have to be a large crowd. As big as three. Three is already a crowd. Go with a group that's already as big as three, and just go from there. And slowly as the more conventions you go to, the more friends you'll meet, and you'll slowly start building up your squad. Yeah, goes back to finding your squad. It all starts off small, and then slow progression. It just keeps going up and higher and higher and higher. So, great question. Time to let go. Let's see. Okay. Gum sticks. Oh yeah, this from Gum sticks. Let's see. I barely got here. What's your favorite cosplay you've worn? Okay, good question. Gum sticks. So going back to all of my cosplays, in which these are the ones that I've worn officially and like have photos of. So it's you guys know the saying, "Oh, pics or didn't happen," or pictures, or we don't believe you. These are my images that I have of my cosplays. So from Gumsticks, my favorite cosplays that I've done. Let's see. Favorite cosplay that I've done. Okay. I will say this. It's a very good tie between my Captain Vietnam cosplay, in which I think there was a full image. Yeah, my Captain Vietnam cosplay, and it's a tie between that and my White Ranger cosplay that I made myself. I made the helmets, as y'all can tell. I made the helmets. I made the shield, and yeah, that was my all-time favorite cosplays that I've done so far. Okay. Let's see. Okay, another one. Got Dr. J Mac. Got Dr. J Mac. Who is your cosplay idol? Who? Good question. Who's my cosplay idol? I've met quite a bit. I've met quite a few, but the one that constantly draws me back to their presence every time I see that they're in town, man. I've met quite a few of them. Let's see. Cosplay idol. I'd say good tie. Okay, once again, it's a tie for me because I've met these cosplayers on multiple occasions. Again, so a little biased here, but Leon Chiro and Stella Chu. I've met them on several occasions. They're super sweet people. They're really nice. They're very welcoming too, especially Leon Chiro, because he's originally from Italy. So you will hear the strong Italian accent he has, but he's such a warm, heartwarming person. I've met him the first time at AM, and my friend and I actually did a full on interview with him for our school in terms of what is cosplaying and how does one get into cosplaying. So we actually did that as part of a school project. So fun facts. Okay. Damien. Let's see. Okay. Let me just say. Damien. Damien. Oh, my other good friend, Damien. What's your advice for making people more comfortable with cosplay? Most of my friends don't attend cons because they just look at it as Halloween. Yes, that is a very common misguided everything concept about cosplaying and Halloween. See, the difference here, guys, why would you pay a $50 to $60 outfit that doesn't even look like it's good quality and from Party City, and you just go at it, right? And you just go at it for the conventions, right? That's a very misguided concept. But my advice for this would be that slowly break the ice. That's honestly the best advice I could give y'all is slowly break the ice. Just introduce them to some concepts of cosplaying. Introduce them to some of the more popular animes that are out there. My Hero, Demon Slayer. Let's see what else. Oh, Food Wars. Attack on Titan, which I heard they're renewing for their last final season, season 4. Personally, not a big fan, Do not hate. Do not blow up the comments about that. Personally, I'm not a big fan of Attack on Titan. I know that was like the big hype for like 2013 up until like 2016 for a while, and now they're doing like a final season. Personally, for me, not a big fan. But yeah, just introduce your friends to some some cosplays, some animes, just to get them into it. Or heck, you can even cosplaying also is not limited to just anime characters only. It's a whole variety of different characters. As y'all can tell, I've done cosplaying for Power Rangers. I've done cosplay for Marvel, DC, Pokemon, Star Wars. Various different things. So, great question, Damien. Yes, my good friend Jimmy. That he notices from the back, and also this Huntress figure that's up here. Yes, it is. It is a nice looking Huntress figure, I would say. It's something I want for my house, but not sure if the girlfriend would approve. So, yeah, it is a very nice Huntress figure. Yes. Okay. Okay, another one. RW Bimby. 99% of folks at cons are not cosplay, judgmental and mean, but when it's a con of 5,000 plus, the math is that sum. Toxic fan base are there, and somebody gonna try harshing your fun. So, okay, I try to do that in the Houston slang just because, yeah, I did see a little bit some of that, but I do agree with the first part. Yes, 97. I don't know. I feel like the math is a little bit off on that. About 99% of folks are not in cosplay. That means that literally, if one cosplayer were to go to a convention and everybody else doesn't cosplay, then yeah, I would agree with that math with that math right there. But I do agree with your comment on the toxic fan base and the gatekeeping community. It is very common in terms of like the comments blowing up in terms of in terms of everything that's going on from your cosplaying, from being very accurate on your cosplaying, from being again proportionally sized so that it fulfills some kind of weird fantasy for them. I don't know why. It's a weird thing going on, but I do agree with the second part with the whole toxic fan base, gatekeeping community. It's there. It's unfortunate, but we got to do what we can to again have fun with it. That's one of the more important things at the end of the day with cosplaying. Have fun with it, and have fun with your squad. Okay, let's see. Jimmy had a question. Jimmy. Oh, yeah, he had another one. Yes, my good boy Jimmy. My good friend. He asked, what are some of your future cosplays? Well, if you folks would like to find out, I do have a cosplay page, Tiger Fist Cosplays. It's all the same tag on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and some of my future cosplays are on there. But to answer Jimmy's questions, you know where it's at, Jimmy. I definitely want to cosplay as Best Boy Kirishima. I also want to do a few more Power Rangers and everything. And let's see what else. Oh, and some more. Oh, and I do have a DC and I do have a DC cosplay coming up very soon. It is in the works. If you have seen on my social media page, it is in the works right now. But I will say I am very excited to unveil it very soon this year. And yeah, let's see what else we got. Oh yes, so for all the fans that are still in the stream right now, of course, this is kind of how we're doing Anime Matsuri. It is very different. It's very unorthodox. It's something that we never thought that we'd be in this situation for. But of course, AM will still be going on for next year in 2021. And just a reminder, guys, if you guys have already bought your badges for this year, they're good for the next 2 years. Like, come on, I've never heard of a convention that's done that before. That's very different. So that's all new, and I'm excited for it. So and I'm also excited to see what AM has to bring and to offer for the next few years. And last but not least, the AM social cosplay social. It's on November 1st, so it'll be hosted by the AM Booth Babes from there. So again, this it's a great opportunity for you to finally break out that cosplay that you've been wanting to do for so long, but you've kept in your closet and you don't know if you want to reveal it to the world or not. This is your chance. This is your opportunity. Meet with the AM booth base and show up in your cosplay. You can be in your room and you can go full out like I have right now, or you can maybe do wear your favorite anime merch even, and maybe have like some of your favorite figures out in the back and everything in between. And last but not least, before I end the night, ladies and gentlemen, these lovely people up here I've known and followed on social media. They have a lot of great content, each and every one of them, especially these first two on the end. Very good friends of mine. One of my homeboys, Logan. He's a freelance actor out in the state of Massachusetts. So follow him at Logan Raposo. Our very own Charles Nelson, who lives in Houston. He's actually from Houston. Follow him at the Champ Charles 212. The rest of these lovely ladies down at the end, Yuki Chrissy and Misha Mai, they have their social media followings as well. For Yuki Chrissy, it's at Yuki underscore Chrissy, and for Misha Mai, she's got two pages, Misha Mai and at mishamai.wip. So, see if I can get some last minute.
There's some questions.
Okay, got some more here. Okay, also from God Dr. J Mac. Let's see, what is the best places, online or in person, to obtain top quality cosplays, anime, Star Wars, etc. Personally, for me, if I don't want to lead, I do not want to mislead you in any way in the wrong direction, but the ones that I've done so far, I've done Amazon. It's such a common thing now these days to purchase things from Amazon, especially since we're practically all in quarantine. We're staying at home and we have got nothing else better to do. Okay, and we got all this money coming in. Okay, cool. What to do with this money? Okay, cool. Buy some cosplays. So I've gotten most of my anime cosplays from Amazon, eBay so far, but I'm pretty sure there are anime merch stores out there that have officially licensed cosplays from Japan. It's out there. You'll go search. That is honestly my best advice I can give you. And yeah, in terms of top quality cosplays, even you can buy from some cosplays or outfits, so to speak, from Party City, and maybe do your own rendition and or stitch it, mold it to your own likings, and yeah, that's the best advice I can give you. So great question there. Let's see right here.
You had actually a pretty good question about veterans. As a veteran, that question.
As a who asked this one?
Gucci.
Oh, Gucci.
As a veteran, how do you find confidence to go out and cosplay?
As a veteran, I honestly wish I could answer that question with so much, I honestly wish I could answer that question with as best as I can, because again, I'm not a veteran. I haven't served in any of the U.S. military forms in any forms, sorts of ways. Wait, I'm not sure if that's what they mean.
Veteran cosplay.
Oh, veteran cosplayers. Okay. It's been a long night, folks. So yes, I appreciate the comment first off for calling me a veteran cosplayer. Honestly, I've been cosplaying on and for me personally, I've been cosplaying on and off for about, I'd say, 4 years, and I started transitioning into this whole like I was gonna take a break, then I came back, then took a break again, then came back. So let's see. Okay, as a veteran, how do you find confidence to go in your cosplay? Okay, yeah. Again, appreciate the comment of calling me a veteran cosplayer. Again, it's all the build up, right? It's more of a It's everybody goes at their own pace, as I mentioned before. Everybody has their own way, has their own things has their own a format of going into cosplaying and going out and showing everybody, oh hey, this is my cosplay, this is my outfit, this is my character that I'm doing. So everybody has their own pace, and I'd say once you get the hang of things, it all comes naturally. It all comes into place. It all falls into place so easily, and yeah. So we have a super chat from Romero K. First off, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Romero K. Yes. What was difficult? Ooh, this is a very good one. What was the difficult cosplay? What was the most difficult cosplay you've ever done, and why was it? Very good question. Going back to some of my cosplays that I've had here, most difficult one, the White Ranger cosplay right here. Because it was my first time working with EVA foam, and this is when I had no idea what EVA foam was. I was still just getting used to cosplaying. At this point, I was in probably 3 years consecutively, and I had no idea what I was doing. I only knew that, okay, I had EVA foam, I had hot glue, I had let's see, I had resources. I had friends who cosplayed in Power Rangers. I had friends who cosplayed in Power Rangers cosplays. I've had a lot of hot glue gun burns, and for first time cosplayers, that is a fair warning I am giving to everybody right now. Be very wary and be very safe whenever you're handling such tools. Your X-Acto knife, your X-Acto blades, your heat gun, your hot glue gun. It's no joke. It burns. It really hurts. I know, because I have marks on my bodies from said burns. It's not fun. Oh, cool. Another comment. Agent James 007. Getting here late. Cosplay overall is fun. It's all about the confidence to me. Other people's opinions don't matter as long as you have fun. Male or female. Going as a male or female shouldn't matter. Yes, again. No matter where you come from, no matter what background, what history you've had in terms of whether you've done cosplay for so long or you're now just getting into cosplaying, it honestly shouldn't matter at the end of the day. It should be about having fun, doing something that you love, enjoying things that you love with your group of friends that are around you, and everything in between. So, I really like that comment. For those who are joining, for those who are just joining the chat now, or for joining this live stream, basically I talked about the diversity cosplay when it comes to starting out in cosplaying, finding your group, the current stigma and reality that we're kind of facing especially in my personal opinion, I feel like a lot of our black cosplayers, where they're not able to cosplay because of their skin tone, and some people are so afraid of cosplaying other characters they don't want to do it, and that's currently one of the stigmas that we see in the community. Not necessarily face to face, but more of an online presence, and it's come to a point to where we need to have a voice for another person. So for someone who may not have the voice to stand up for themselves, the cosplayers in the community that are more confident, we need to be that voice for them. In my opinion, we need to be the voice that they may not be able to speak for themselves, so we got to speak for them, and it helps. Again, it helps a long way. And other things we talked about, again, supporting one another, finding your own squad, finding the group that you can roll with. Finding the group you can roll with to cons, and even outside of cons, when we all, at the end of the day, at the end of the convention, we're all super tired, we're all super hungry. Oh, hey, let's go out to eat, and memories are made. I cannot tell you, folks, how many of my friends I've met personally at Anime 130 and or any other conventions in general. I've grown many friendships, and I've grown to love each and every one of those, and I've grown to cherish each one of those friendships just because of our common interest, as well as everything in between that's going on. with this whole situation in the world right now. So it doesn't help. It doesn't hurt to reach out, especially to those who may feel isolated or to those who may feel like they need someone to talk to. So let's see. Okay, so also from Agent James 007, I've cosplayed for 4 years now, and I've always gone as a female. I've always gone as female anime characters, and I've had many comments either way. I'm a 6 foot tall guy. Oh, James, you are. I will say, James, you're confident in your own image. You do you. For being a 6 foot guy who goes out and cosplays as female characters, hey, heck, rock it. I've seen a lot of my cosplay friends that have done gender bent versions of characters. So I've seen female Bakugos, I've seen female Dekus, I've seen male Hatsune Mikus, I've seen male male Asunas, I've seen male let's see what else, other male characters cosplay as female characters, female cosplayers cosplay as male characters. It's very common. You see that quite a lot. So good on you for that, James. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for comment sections. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to the first ever Anime Matsuri live panel. This has been your host, Tiger Vix Cosplays, and I will see y'all next time. And remember, peace, love, keep cosplaying.